the work for us behind the scenes every day. It truly takes a village.
Amber, with the status of the labor talks with so many free agents, with an expansion draft, do you have any idea what this offseason might even look like?
Imagine saving an entire sports league in half a year, only to be told you're worth less than a fast food shift supervisor. Wild, right? Well, that's exactly the storm the WNBA is in right now. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video. Phew. The WNBA just got hit with a curveball big enough to shake the whole league. And the Indiana Fever? They're right in the center of it. A once-in-a-generation talent, Caitlin Clark, basically dragged an entire league into a new era in just a few months. Packed arenas, record TV ratings, merch sold out everywhere, you name it. But behind the scenes, something wasn't adding up. The Fever front office stayed suspiciously quiet while the player who transformed the entire league was getting paid around $76,000. In pro sports terms, that's lunch money. Fans kept asking, how is the person carrying the league making the salary of a first-year teacher? And honestly, it was a fair question. The answer goes back to a CBA signed in 2020, when the WNBA was in survival mode, not superstar mode. Back then, players were prioritizing basic security over revenue sharing because the revenue part was basically non-existent. But now, viewership up 170%. A new media deal worth $2.2 billion. Team valuations exploding. The pie got massive. The players? Still being handed crumbs. So the WNBA Players Association finally said, yeah, no more, and opted out of the CBA 2 years early. And insiders are whispering that the Indiana Fever knew this move was coming, and supported it. Why? Because Lynn Dunn, the Fever's veteran GM, understands the business better than anyone. She knows Clark isn't just a star. She's the engine, the spotlight, the entire momentum. Lose her, and Indiana falls right back to where they were before she arrived. Even though Dunn hasn't blasted anyone publicly, the Fever stance is loud. They're backing the players. They're backing Clark. They're over the league dragging its feet. And honestly, money is only half the fight. The other half? Safety. Respect. Basic protection. Clark took a beating all season. Hits that, in the NBA, would have triggered fines or suspensions instantly. The Kennedy Carter hip check was the moment everyone went, okay, what are we doing here? But the league just hesitated. And while people argued online about welcome to the league energy, the bigger issue was ignored. You don't let the player filling your stadiums become a punching bag. Then came the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, and her infamous CNBC interview. Instead of shutting down the toxic online mess, especially the ugly racial fanbase wars, she brushed it off as rivalries. And the players? Furious. The union basically said she failed them on a human level. Meanwhile, Clark is trying to stay out of all the culture war drama and just hoop. But when leadership tries to monetize the chaos instead of ending it, you start questioning everything. And this is where the plot twist drops. While the WNBA is struggling to protect its biggest star, a brand new competitor quietly appears. Unrivaled, founded by Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. A league offering six-figure minimum salaries and even equity to players. Rumors say they're preparing a Lionel Messi-style offer for Clark, money that could outmatch her entire 4-year WNBA deal in one season. That's not leverage. That's nuclear leverage. Clark doesn't need the WNBA financially. Her Nike deal alone is $28 million. She has Gatorade, State Farm, Wilson. Her WNBA salary is basically gas money. The WNBA needs her. And Dunn knows it. If Unrivaled offers Clark $1 million for 3 months, versus the WNBA's $76,000 for 5 months plus non-stop physical targeting, you don't need a calculator to see the problem. But it gets deeper. Travel. Security. Insane scheduling. The league milked Clark for ratings all season, throwing the Fever onto national TV non-stop, with brutal travel delays and barely any recovery time. By the playoffs, she looked exhausted. The league only approved charter flights when the public pressure got embarrassing. Before that, Clark, one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet, was walking through crowded airports with fans tracking her flights. It was genuinely unsafe. The Fever had to practically beg for better security. And that was the breaking point. So when the players opted out, that wasn't a negotiation strategy. That was a direct challenge to the old system. They're done being polite. Charters for everyone. Actual security. Real revenue share. Better schedules. And respect. These aren't requests anymore. They're ultimatums. And now Engelbert is scrambling, trying to figure out how she missed the signs. But the Fever didn't miss anything. They've been watching their star get targeted on the court, attacked online, and underpaid off it. They finally said, enough. But here's the crazy part people don't talk about. The WNBA's marketing strategy accidentally isolated Clark from her own teammates. They pushed the Caitlin Clark show so hard that resentment grew across the league, and the WNBA did nothing to manage it. Dunn realized the only long-term solution is to get everyone paid. If the whole league gets a financial upgrade, jealousy around Clark's endorsements might finally cool off. Even Angel Reese, painted as her rival online, has the same financial frustration. Off the court, their interests align perfectly. Both are underpaid, both are stars, both want a modern league. The rivalry disappears the moment the union meeting starts. The next year is going to be messy. Owners will cry poverty. Players will point to billions in new revenue. Leaks, hit pieces, pressure campaigns, everything is coming. And looming over everything? The threat of a 2026 lockout. No games. No TV money. No Caitlin Clark. For the WNBA, that would be catastrophic. They've finally captured the world's attention. Lose momentum now, and it might never come back. The players know this. That's exactly why they're making their move. For the first time ever, the power has shifted. The players are calling the shots. And judging by the look on the commissioner's face, she just realized the ride is about to get very, very bumpy.